every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing this evening? New streaming software, so if someone in the chat, you guys could just let me know that everything is running as smoothly as it should. Yeah, Dream Team stream has just finished. I was in there having a watch. And yeah, it's time to go. It's slightly earlier tonight. It's not normally this early, but I have spent the last sort of 3 nights or something trying to fix my stream. So my girlfriend has seen very little of me, and she gets home about 7:30. So I'm going to try and finish up before then, because I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night for the deadline stream, and it'll be a football on every evening between now and then. So yeah, thought I'd have one free evening for them. So guys, before we get started, if you are new, please go and head over and follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Make sure you've joined the league that is on the bottom of the screen. We have monthly prizes. I don't know if I've got it open. I'll get it open in a minute. Monthly prizes and everything like that. But yeah, before we get started, if you want to like the video and subscribe if you are new, then we can get into it. So yeah. Hope you are all well. It's been a manic 24 hours for me, if I can be honest. My laptop and streaming stuff and video stuff, just as I'd put all the hard work in, basically from last Friday to Wednesday, it then decided to break on me. So yeah, basically decided just to crash on me, and I've spent the last 24 hours. Luckily, I had a day off work, but just took me the whole day basically to get it back, and I didn't think this stream would happen, but we are here. So guys, anyone new, there will be an on-stream notification if you do subscribe, but yeah, not too much more to do. Introduction. Stream is sponsored by Fantasy Football Hub, as you may have seen in my videos. 15% off if you go in the description. We'll look at some of their stats. There's great stuff in there, so yeah, go and check them out. But that's all we've got time for, as an introduction, let's say hello. Slivo, Maz, Nuclear, Laroon, Cowstab are all in. Good evening, guys. Let me know if you are watching what you got in game week 9. Feels like a long time ago now. Jake is in. Let me know what you guys got in game week 9, what scores you got, any transfers you've already made. And if not, just say hello and get a few questions in the chat and we can start discussing them. Megan Patil, welcome to the stream. Really appreciate you guys coming in. Drop a like on the video and a subscribe if you are new, but let's get into it. So for anyone who hasn't seen my video from yesterday, first of all, why not? Make sure you go and check it out. But in game week 9, I scored 83 points. Is that a bit small for you guys? Shall I zoom in? I scored 83 points, so really happy with that. A game week rank of 155,000. 155,000 up to an overall rank of 87k overall. Really pleased with it. But if any of you guys know from talking to me on Twitter, I am expecting it not to continue this game week. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy with the players I've got, but I'm not so confident this game week. So yeah, if we have a look at my team for the upcoming game week, it's a bit zoomed in there, isn't it? 55k overall. Maz, flying. Well done. Really good stuff. Game week 9 was good. 83 minus 8. Yeah, that's really good. Nice score you've got there. Definitely pushing you up the rankings. So, guys, yeah, if you want to put some questions in the chat, I'll get to them, but I'll be talking about my transfers and stuff as well. Well, now. And guys, to all you guys who are new subscribing, we've been doing these for a while, but thank you all for the sort of boost of confidence, I suppose, with the amount of new subscribers that have come in over the last week. But anyway, so my transfer plan at the moment is to do nothing, to do absolutely nothing with my team. So yeah, that's the plan currently. I know people are big on Man City, big on big on Man City, big on Liverpool getting Salah back in, and I agree with both of those things, but it would cost me 2 transfers to do any of that. Now, I don't think I want to captain them, although with Pope injured for Burnley, I could see my captaincy going there. But at the moment, I'm quite happy with Fernandes. So it would mean that they'd have to outscore Rashford by 4 points for it to be worth a -4. So I think I'm going to wait and do it next week, bring in De Bruyne for that Fulham game, probably give him the armband, and then the week after, sell De Bruyne. So if I walk you guys through my transfer plan, it has changed a little bit since yesterday's video. It would be Rashford and Klitsch out for Wiedewald and De Bruyne to give me this with still 0.9 in the bank, 0.9 in the bank, which will let me captain De Bruyne Fulham at home. And then I will bring Salah back the week after for De Bruyne. So Liverpool play Wolves that week, but then the week after Salah plays Fulham, and Salah I prefer, and then he's got a great run. So then I'll be setting up something like this: 0.3 in the bank. Probably going to sort of split the money on Grealish. So do Grealish to a sort of 5.5 mil mid, and then probably bring in Bamford for Brewster. Anyone knows in here, I've been trying to get Bamford in my team for a while. So yeah, I've been trying to get him in my team for a fair few game weeks, but haven't managed to, so it might be coming up soon. So a few more of you in here. Louise, Rishi, Peter, welcome guys. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. So Dean replacements, Robertson or Diaz. If you've got the money, if you've got the money for Robertson, then go for it. I think the big thing is that over the next 4, I still back Robertson, and I was going to sell him for Diaz, but I think I'm not going to do that now, and I think I'll be sticking with Robertson in my team going forward. Who's the best defender? 4.5 or less. So if you don't need to play them straight away, then having Kilman in your squad is really good to have. If not, then it's a West Ham defender, so Kufal or someone like that. No Vardy party. Well, currently I have no Salah, no De Bruyne, and no Vardy. Slightly concerned, if I'm honest. Um, to not own any of those three for this week is a big question mark about whether that's the right thing to do. Um, but I mean, I could do Kane to Vardy, yeah, but I want Kane long term. So it's just whether Vardy outscores him enough for the price swings to work in my favour that I could just do it back. And to do Vardy to Kane, then Kane back again, that's 8 points. So in the sort of next three games, do I expect Kane to outscore Vardy by effectively 2 goals? It's possible, but it's not as sort of probable as I think people are making out. Um, Grealish, Bamford, Ziyech, whom to bench? Benching one of them, really? Really? That's virtually impossible. I mean, it might be Ziyech because Spurs have defended well, but he's so creative. The thought that you have to bench one of them puts question marks in my mind. So yeah, I'm very well. Thank you for asking, Peter. You're not convinced with City? Yeah, I know. I agree. I think Bruno, Salah, the pair are better. It just works that I was going to do Rashford to Salah, but I thought I could wait. I could just sort of add an instead of doing two sides of instead of doing just like a straight line, I'm now doing two sides of a triangle, if that makes sense. Um, so I'm now doing instead of just going across, I'm going up and down. So instead of going Rashford to Salah, I'm going Rashford to KDB to Salah, just so I can have that De Bruyne to target that Fulham fixture because we know what Fulham are like, and I think it will really help me when Liverpool have got Wolves. We know are good defensively, so yeah, to jump on De Bruyne that week, just for 1 week, add one transfer in there. Would I do Robertson and now this is something again I have considered for a -4. I've got basically that transfer. It is what I was going to do. Um, good evening, Lewis. Thank you for for subscribing to the channel. I hope you're enjoying if you are in the chat. Yeah, you are, Lewis. Thank you very much for subscribing. Anyone else who wants to subscribe, you will get a little pop up that looks something like that. The thing is, with these three fixtures, the next four, if we include Robertson, Diaz could get 3 clean sheets, right? And then and he'll get 18 with that, and then 20 if he gets and then 20 if he gets this 2 points for the other one. Now, if Robertson gets 2 clean sheets here, Wolves and Fulham or Brighton and Fulham or something like that, he's already on 12. Now, I would be selling to Diaz to then bring back Robertson because I know I want Robertson for this Christmas run. And with him being rested in the Champions League and things like that, I know that I want him for this run. So if Robertson gets 2 clean sheets, I don't think it's going to be worthwhile for me to go Robertson to Diaz back to Robertson in the long run. I think those two transfers are better used elsewhere in my team. Would I get Jimenez out and sorry, if you're new and you think I'm looking sort of never looking at the camera, I have a second screen, which has got like the big chat on. Apart from actually I have the chat in basically three places, as well as the screen that this controls is on a second screen. So I'm not just not looking at you guys. So you'd go Cancelo over Diaz. So if you guys don't follow me over on Twitter, let me just pull it up. Um, let me just pull up my. I don't even know if I retweeted it in the end. Let me tweet it now, and then I can put it up for you. Evening, Josh. Evening, guys. One sec. Let me just. I know I've got it in my drafts. Cool. Right, there we go. Is it a risk moving Kane for Vardy? I don't think it's a risk doing it this week. I just think long term, I still prefer Kane. So over the Christmas run, I'll definitely want Kane, and I think he'll play every week. So this article that I write every week, if you guys aren't familiar with what I do for Fantasy Football Hub, one of the stream sponsors, I write for them every week, and one of them is a differential article. Now, you guys feel free to go and check it out. I've just tweeted it. One of them is Ruben Diaz. Now, the reason I pick Ruben Diaz over picking Cancelo is the headed chances. You can go and read it in detail. Is the amount of headed chances that the teams that they're playing face. So it makes me think that there's a higher chance of Diaz getting that attack and return. They're about equal on attack and returns, but Diaz is most nailed. So actually, I favour Diaz out of the two of them. Anti-inject FC. For some reason, I think you might be from Twitter or you might follow Boona with that name. I'm currently captaining Bruno Fernandes now. I don't have Rashford, I don't have Salah, and I don't have De Bruyne in my team to think about captaining them. So it's quite an easy choice for me this week. Sorry if I've missed your questions higher up the chat, guys. Feel free to put them in again after a while. Don't just sort of spam them in, but feel free if I've missed them. Would you prioritize a defender transfer? I have to play Taylor this week. Lamptey Ferguson bench or Klitsch to Jota move. I suppose the question is which of those do you want long term? And I still think that Taylor. I'd probably just play Taylor. It's a difficult one. I'd actually play Mitchell. Oh no, it's Ferguson, not Mitchell. I'd probably do the midfield one. If you guys know how much I hate Klitsch as an option, so I'm looking to sell him. But yeah, that looks really poor quality. Can you guys read the names of those players? Maybe that might be slightly better. 1.7 difference between Diaz and Robertson. Yeah, I agree. It's the money that I need, but over that Christmas run, it's just that 12 pointer that Robertson got reminded me of what he's capable of. So yeah, it reminded me what he can do. Now, if he gets two this week and they look dreadful defensively again, I might sell him. Why do I hate Klitsch? I don't know if Cowstab's in the chat, but basically, I brought him in the week that Phillips got injured, and he played CDM, and just ever since I've had a thing for him that he hasn't. I brought him in here. My Twitter ID is this is over on Twitter. Feel free to go and drop me a follow if you guys. There's a link in the chat, the description if you want it. So yeah, I just don't think he's a very good option. No, Cowstab, he's not legendary. He is useless. But yeah, effectively, I don't think he's good enough for his price. I practically scores. Jota an easy swap. Short thoughts on Jota. Yeah, but I can't have everyone. So if I went Klitsch to Jota, how on earth do I get Salah back in? No, Mitchell doesn't start. But there's a small chance. So I'd play him over playing Taylor on the off chance that he even comes off the bench. But yeah, do you see Lampard getting the best of Jose again? I think this will be one of the game. I think it'll be such a good game this week. Anyone in the chat who doesn't know, I'm a big Chelsea fan. So if you want to ask any sort of Chelsea related questions, fire them away. But yeah, I think it'll be a really good game this weekend. Interesting to see how it goes, but yeah, we'll see. If you guys are enjoying it, drop a like. 21 viewers, but only 9 likes. What's going on there, lads? But yeah, marking your attendance, kudos on 1K subs. Thanks, nerd, appreciate it. And everyone in the chat who subscribed, I really appreciate it. Sorry, yes, I do start Robertson this week. He'll come in for Lamptey, who is suspended anyway. Are there any WhatsApp group chats where people can talk and send news and ideas and opinions? So what I would say, Garabed, there are WhatsApp groups for people who sign up to Fantasy Football Hub, but you've got to sign up at a certain tier. If not, get yourself on Twitter. Get yourself an FPL Twitter account like the one that I've got. There are so many people, and we group chats and everything, just constantly talking about the game, and that's exactly what you're after. So yeah. Thanks, Ryan. I suppose the big thing is it's got not got Salah in and it's not got De Bruyne. I am thinking of getting them next week, but my strategies and everything of not making hits, not taking hits has worked out well for me so far this season. So I'm happy with where I am. Chelsea question from Nerd. How likely is Tammy to keep his place? I actually think Pulisic will be an impact sub, and I think that might be unpopular. Gareth, there's loads of them. If you want to drop me a note, I'm sure I can add you to one of the hundreds that I'm in. But yeah, absolutely. If you're on there, drop me a sort of DM saying that you are Garabed 100 and that you wanted to be added to group chat, and I'll do that. Did he? Did he? Wow. I don't have him. Yeah, I know, Quarry. We're up to, we're not just on the 1000s, we are onto the 1100s now. Did he go off? Snorri, because that would be quite big if Justin is injured. Yes, it should be nuclear. It's again, it's there's a setting that he's still on though. Still on the pitch. Okay, fair enough. Harvey Barnes scored. Interesting. Any group chat on Twitter, I think he wants to be added to. Cool. Fixtures change greatly, and Tammy would be a great punt if he stays. I don't think he's going to play every week, especially with the busy Christmas fixtures. Giroud could get a game, um, everything like that. So yeah, effectively, I think he's first choice at the moment, but I wouldn't be buying him to be honest. Dean is injured. Yes, he is. Um, okay, he's not off yet. Keep us updated. Thanks, Norrie. What do I think about having Chilwell, James, and Werner? I think double defense is too much for our upcoming fixtures. I think there will be goals scored against us in some of them. So I'd go with just one, to be honest, and stick with it. I think there's better options as well. Um, your Vardy captain, a great captaincy shout this week. I have a tweet. I don't know if I've put it up again yet. Um, is basically it's Salah, De Bruyne, Bruno, Vardy. Uh, Salah, De Bruyne, Bruno, Vardy. Don't captain someone outside of those four, really. I don't know if you've DM'd the right account because it hasn't come through on Twitter yet. Anyway, um, Klitsch made the cut finally. Well, if you look at my bench, if there's someone on my bench you want me to start over him, if I had the choice, to be fair, I I think I'm thinking about selling Klitsch to a 4.4 midfielder. That's how much faith I have in the man. Um, so that would be Klitsch down to Wiedewald to forward Rashford to Salah, to De Bruyne, then to Salah, and then playing someone in there. It's not ideal at the moment, but it's part of a plan. Always big one for planning forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Riedewald is the one that I'm thinking of. He may have to play, but he's getting the same points that Klitsch is anyway. You've got Sterling, Jimenez, Tavadi, or Jesus. So on my grounds, it's Jesus with Aguero back is just not an option for me. So yeah, it has to be Vardy for me. Start Watkins or Ziyech. Watkins if you have to bench one of them, but your squad is too strong if you're having to start one of them. Is Antonio fit? I expect him to be back. We haven't had their press conference today, um, but I am expecting him to be fit. Another thing, guys, if you don't follow me over on Twitter, make sure you go and do so. On a Friday evening, I always make sure it's out at least a good hour and a half before the deadline if it is. I have these Game Week 9 team previews, and it has a predicted lineup and suspension and key manager quotes from every manager on every team sort of done like that, published at the same time. So that should be really helpful if you're thinking on Antonio and you can't check every press conference. It should all the info should be there for you. Vardy or Raheem captain. So going on what I said, it would be Vardy captain this week. De Bruyne or Sterling, it depends. It can't for me. It kind of depends if it's a short term or a long term pick. If you're going long term, then it's De Bruyne. Whereas if you're going short term and you want someone to explode, for me it's Sterling. Evening, Stealth Panda. How are you doing? Would I prioritize Foden to Jota or Saiz to Diaz? Play him instead of KWP. So I would do Diaz this week. I'd prioritize that. Yeah, but Salah will play 75 minutes at least. He does not need it in the Champions League. So what was the final Liverpool result in the Champions League the other night? They lost, didn't they? I suppose he might be needing the Champions League. Um, but yeah, he'll play 75 minutes. He can do more than enough damage. But yeah, guys, keep dropping your questions in. If you are new, hit the subscribe button for a little on-stream notification. Make sure to like the video as well if you haven't, but more importantly, join the league code. Get in the league ahead of the deadline tomorrow. Should we have a look who's top for November? Ooh, can I win my own prize? I'm currently so every month for anyone who doesn't is new, I have basically a monthly prize for whoever's top of that month for my mini league. So we've paid out two of them. It's a £5 voucher for anything you want. So for your Xbox, your PlayStation, for Amazon, for iTunes, whatever you want it to be, I'll get you a £5 voucher code and you can put that in. Now, November is coming up. I think this will be the last game week of it. Currently, it is between probably there are a few of us on 157. Anyway, so defense best separate teams or double up. I don't fancy a double up on any defense. I know people go, oh, Man City for the next four. Yeah, okay, something like that could work, but it's just such a short term, and I don't want to use lots of transfers on my defense, especially when it is someone like the Man City defenders who is just a clean sheet, really. If you win, unfortunately, a £5 voucher doesn't quite. Yeah, anyone can. That overall rank made me sad. I'm way off my regular rank. It's demoralizing. Um, so guys, the thing is, it is such a turbulent season. Um, Things can chop and change so much from one game week to another. Um, So I wouldn't get too worked up about a bad rank at the moment. Evening Trophy, how are we doing? All three mods, Nuclear, Quarry, and Trophy, are in. They're in every evening, guys. Good to see some regulars back, as well as some new faces. If you are new, drop a subscribe on the channel. Let me just put it out one more time, a little retweet. Um, for anyone who needs to head off or any point soon, I'll be going for another sort of 20 minutes or so, but I'll be live tomorrow evening again as a deadline stream, as I do most weeks. So sort of between 6 and 7, so the hour before the deadline, I'll be live doing a Q&A again, doing my final thing, tweakings, answering your questions. So back again tomorrow, and then the videos and the streams start again next week. Uh, No problem, nerd. Yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a good start for me. Should you transfer out Antonio and Son for Vardy and Suchek for a -4? No, because I expect Antonio to play. I don't think it's worth a -4. Lamptey, Rashford, and Ziyech to Diaz, Salah, and a 6.4 or below player. So, so we'll have a look at a few of them. I think that's a good sort of talking point. Cheap mids at the moment. There is one that stands out to me, and we can go through it. Right, I'll do it on the transfer tab, actually, it's better. So midfielders, how much did you have? 6.5. I'll put it to 6.7, but so if you could afford 6.7, it's Jota, easily. Further down, it's not Bowen. I still don't like Bowen. Down here, Traore could be a shout, a differential in there. Um, Again, it's no one stands out. No one stands out. Walcott potentially, but we'll get to why I don't want Walcott. If you want someone to play every week, for me, it's this man. 5.5 mids are pretty difficult to come by this season. Um, who was it? I prefer finding 500,000 and going for Bamford up front. The 6 million strikers are much better than we've got value in defense in midfield this year. But yeah, I like Armstrong a lot. You know, he's played 7 starts this season. 7 starts this season, 3 returns. He's averaged 4.5 points. He's averaged 4.5 points per game. Cow stab. Glitch a bargain at 4.5. No, at 5.5. No, he's not. He's. I'd rather have a 4.4. Sorry. Thank you for the subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. If anyone else who's enjoying it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Must be on a few more by now. How many is that? Push it up to. 1.14. Rodriguez, Ziyech, Grealish, Salah, Zaha. You're trying to get Fernandes for the long term and have 3.3 million in the bank. Yeah. Then Rodriguez to Bruno. Doesn't that work simply as that? Slivo. Simple. Rodriguez. Rodriguez is falling today. I think he is. If you have a look. So this is how you can see when players are rising or falling in price. Who was it? Rodriguez. Yes, predicted to fall in price tonight. Who else is predicted to fall between the deadline? So we've got Zuma, McCarthy, and Grealish all predicted to rise. Not entirely sure. I will after the stream, but then there are all these players predicted to fall. Don't think. I think he's the only one of any. Doherty. Interesting. He's going down to 5.7. That's quite interesting. Will Lamptey get a price fall? Have a look. I doubt it. Okay. Interesting. So this is Fantasy Football Fix. So you can see the logo at the bottom, Fantasy Football Fix, and then go on price change stats, price change predictor at the top. You may have to create an account, but it is free, this section of the website. The other one that you can look at is FPL statistics. I will put the link in the description. Again, they're not exact, they're slightly different. They're never going to be exact because they're not run by the Premier League, but that's another one which you can look at. I've put it in the chat for you guys. You need Castan to start. I had him for the past 4 weeks. I haven't seen any press conference news. I don't know if he's in the squad tonight. I don't know if he's in the squad tonight. He's not starting, and he's not on the bench. Interesting. Doesn't mean he's not going to play, but probably not the best news for you. Do you think Chilwell will outscore? Do I think Castan? Yes, probably over the next 3. Yeah, probably. Best Zaha replacement at 5.2 in the bank. Bruno Salah then. If you haven't got Salah, Kieran, then it has to be Salah in. Yeah. Masuaku or Dallas or Target. Depends how long term or short term. I still don't back the Leeds defence, so it's not Dallas for me. Probably Masuaku out the two. You have Salah, KDB, Vardy. Is that better than Bruno, Salah, Mane, and Kane? Good evening, Oscar. Cancelo is sorry, Krishna. I will get to your question. Salah, Vardy. Is that better than Bruno, Salah, Mane, and Kane? Salah, KDB. So Salah's in both. So KDB, Vardy, or Bruno, Kane. You this is the thing. You're going to tell me that I should change, but it just depends how long you want to go, how long you want to have these players for. Short term, then probably Vardy, De Bruyne. Should you keep Rodriguez? Depends how much money you've got in the bank. Faddy, let me know how much money spare you've got. Target's got better fixtures. Yeah, it depends if you need. I just like the West Ham defense. They defend very well with that five at the back. So yeah. Thoughts on Kane and Bowen to KDB and Bamford? Yeah, I like those moves. I do. I know it's selling Kane, but Bamford over Bowen is a real upgrade for you. No, Justin, I think he's all right. From what I've heard. Um, KDB Wilson or Vardy Jota. Um, should you go Diaz in for Lamptey? Thing is, though, long term, over this run, the fixtures are pretty poor for Lamptey, actually, aren't they? The more I look at it, the less I want Lamptey. He's done me well, but their fixtures coming up are pretty dreadful. It's pretty. I don't. Ooh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Am I gonna have enough? Yes, to get De Bruyne. No, to get Salah. Interesting. I think Cancelo will keep his place. I think he'll be the first choice, but with Zinchenko and Mendy back, do you expect those two to play no minutes? I doubt that. I think they'll get game time. So I would favour Diaz, personally. And as I said, for my differential article, it's really in favour of um, it's really in favour of Diaz because of the headed chances the teams that they're coming up against have conceded. Yeah, no, Salah generally. But it was just the fact that if I could have done that to afford Salah, I want to do. If you didn't listen, my transfer plan is Rashford to KDB next week. So if we look at the fixtures, so for next week, I'll do Rashford to KDB and captain him in that fixture. And then the week after, I'll do KDB to Salah to keep Salah and have Salah for the Fulham game. So 1 week punt on De Bruyne. Um, so yeah, for captaincy or Sterling, depending on who I think is going to start, who's more explosive and everything like that, who looks better this weekend. But I was thinking, can I do effectively no? Effectively no. I do like Kilman. I think having him in is just one of those players that's nice to have. Again, their fixtures are pretty terrible. So is Fofana worth a look? Yeah, he is. Attacking centre back can overlap. Not a bad pick. I don't actually know how much he is. 5 million. Yeah, not bad. So I suppose he's less than. I think Castagna and Pereira will give you the attacking returns that's worth spending the money over him. So I'd wait to see when they're back and go for one of those two. Why not Kane to Vardy? Yeah, again, it's a possibility. I just know that I want Kane back. It's game week 16. I know I want Kane back. Um, I suppose the question is if I did Kane to Vardy, would where I can get the money to do the upgrade again later. Sorry, does this work? I don't think it does. I think it leaves me, yeah, still too short. Now, I could do it with Lamptey to Kilman or Lamptey to practically any. Actually, not with practically it only being. That's interesting though. That would be a -4 next week. Lamptey to Kilman, bring in Salah and bring in Vardy. That's interesting, and I quite like that. Um, Always happens when I've had a beer on stream, but yeah, interesting. I quite like that. And it's something Vardy back to Kane later on does work. Yeah, he just looks so good though, Kane, and his ownership is so high. Like a 44% ownership. Diaz now or tomorrow? I may as well do it now. He's not going to get injured. You could wait for the press conference. He's not going to rise in price. So wait till tomorrow. 45% ownership on a player is crazy. If I sell, let's say I sell Kane, Kane scores twice against Arsenal, for example, and Vardy scores once, or Vardy doesn't score against Fulham for some reason, that's going to be painful. However, however, you guys, it was something I was pretty set on doing anyway, and then I talked myself out of it due to my strategy. Now the reason that I don't want to do the Kane to Vardy transfer is because if I'm selling Kane to Vardy, then Vardy back to Kane, that's two transfers, which that's effectively a -8. So do I expect Vardy to outscore? Let's just take one out and put in so I can see their fixtures. That's effectively 8 points. So do I think he's going to outscore him by 8? Dallas or Lamptey? I'd probably sell Lamptey. Um, so their next three are good. Their next four are nice. Their next four are really nice. But Sheffield United can defend. Brighton aren't leaking. Well, yeah, they're not leaking goals. All right, -8 Vardy, Kane, and Richarlison. Is that Richarlison from Martial, Jimenez, and Salah? Salah out. You're a braver man than I am, Penguin, doing Salah out. But evening, and thanks for. Am I considering? Yeah, so I spoke about it in my video yesterday. I am very considering selling Klitsch. Yeah, absolutely. Also, Vardy has scored 0 at home. Yeah, but it's Fulham. I don't read too much into that home away stuff, to be honest. No fans in the stadium, and it's Fulham. So, as a Chelsea fan, should I back my team a little bit more? Because I could just do Kane to Vardy. Right, should we have a little walk through some transfers? What, tonight? He's not starting, he's not on the pitch. So what kind of tonight? He might have scored one at home. Is that what you're referring to? So that would be Kane to Vardy. Fine. Then that would allow me next week Rashford to De Bruyne or Rashford to Sterling. Oh, at home last game. Yeah, before Liverpool. Right. Which would leave me this. Klitsch still in my team somehow. Oh. The thing is, like, I don't particularly like Lamptey. Leicester away. I mean, 13-14 for Lamptey's all right. But I'd play him in that for sure. Can you get no? I can, yeah, absolutely. It is possible. I did it last week. I suppose the fixtures were slightly different, but yeah. Should I sell Dallas for Cancelo? Yes, I would do that. I'd still go Dallas to Diaz though. Still favour Diaz over Cancelo. Um, yeah, guys. Final few questions. It is 7 o'clock. Try and wrap up my evening stream by then, so I can go and cook some dinner. But of course, guys, this stream will be back tomorrow night. We'll be live at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. UK time. We will be live here once again. We'll be live, yeah, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Hope to see you all there. Run up to the deadline. Have a few like exciting things going on. So yeah, if you are new, come and check that out tomorrow evening. Um, Let me know if you do plan on. But I'm not quite finished. But any questions you've got, run through it. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow if you don't have anything else. KDB outscored Bruno in the next two. Transfer. I wouldn't be selling Bruno, but I can see why you'd think that. I still wouldn't be selling Bruno. I think, yeah, sorry, I'll be live at 5:30. Yeah, I'll be live at 5:30, with an hour before the deadline. Thanks, Paul. Had a mind blank there, but yeah, I'll be live at 5:30 tomorrow evening. So would I definitely switch Rodriguez for Fernandez? Yeah, absolutely, Slivo. Do you? Because what we saw in the game at the weekend is that Kane had to come deep to pass the ball around more, which gave Son more space. So it's Fulham though. So Vardy, I mean, it would be for free. Kane to Vardy is for free. Pepe scored. Wow. I mean, he's not getting himself sent off this time. Thank you, Jesmar, for the subscription. If you are watching, the issue with this now is if you're not in the chat and you're watching one of my videos, which I'm starting to do it, and now you're subscribing because you're watching my video, it comes up on my stream. So it's not necessarily just a subscriber because you're in the stream. But anyway, thanks, guys. I think we'll probably wrap it up there. We will be back tomorrow. So if I haven't answered your question, 5:30 tomorrow. United defense, no, 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 not at all. Definitely not. 6:30. Sorry, 5:30 tomorrow. 1 hour before the deadline, we will be live here again, doing the same thing as we've done tonight, and I'll be finalising my transfers. Will I be doing Kane to Vardy? Will I not? Appreciate all the support, guys, but that's all I got time for this evening. But yeah, you've definitely given me some things to think about. If you do like the stats that we've used at Fantasy Football Hub, link in the description will give you 15% off. If not, shout me on Twitter and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. But just before you go, drop a like on the video and make sure you're subscribed as well, because both those things really help me, really help the channel. So yeah, make sure you're liking this video and subscribing. Would really appreciate it a lot, guys. Just before you head off, but hope you have a nice evening. Appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys next time. But cheers, guys. Bye.